Nigeria's financial services sector continues to seek efficient ways to handle cash management for high-density retail hubs like open markets. A new initiative called Bank Neutral Hub from the Bankers Warehouse Limited, signed off by the Central Bank of Nigeria, seeks to apply flexible logistics to handle cash management to make it more convenient, safe, cost-effective, and efficient. The launch at the Mile 12 International Market in Lagos was attended by officials from the Central Bank of Nigeria, market retailers, and Nigerian banks. Arise Business Correspondent Rotus Oddiri filed this report.
All right, we are inside the Bank Neutral Hub launch here at the Mile 12 International Market in Lagos, Nigeria. And as you can see, it's pretty cool. It actually looks just like any other bank branch, except that the Bankers Warehouse Limited, who has launched this Bank Neutral Hub, have put this here as a logistics flexibility for market traders and retailers who need to handle cash. This is all about cash management. So regardless of what type of bank accounts that they have, the retailers would be able to come into the branch and transact. They can deposit, they can withdraw. And the key thing is that the Bank Neutral Hub from the Bankers Warehouse Limited is linked to all bank accounts. So regardless of who you bank with as a retailer, you come in, make a deposit, and the deposit will reflect in your account. You come in, make a withdrawal, the withdrawal will reflect in your account. And what they're planning on doing with this type of logistics flexibility is to place this across different states in Nigeria. So they're starting with this launch here in Lagos, and they're going to expand to other territories. So let's get to the proceedings.
I am delighted to welcome you to this landmark event of commissioning the first bank neutral cash hub in the country. It's a vision whose time has come as a result of the transformational leadership of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the leadership of the Central Bank of Nigeria. Can we just give a round of applause to the leadership of our country and the leadership of the Central Bank of Nigeria? It is the beginning of a journey of providing digital infrastructure to achieve financial inclusion, effectiveness, efficiency in cash management, and accordingly contributing to financial stability in our country.
If you are a First Bank customer, you are a Providence Bank customer, you are a Zenith Bank customer, any bank at all, or you just have a wallet, you can come to a bank neutral cash hub and make your cash transactions.
Because when we receive money from you, you are credited immediately by your banks. We are able to give you receipts from your banks. The receipt we issue is from your individual bank. It doesn't matter what bank it is.
Making event. It is not just the first bank neutral cash hub in Nigeria. It is the first bank neutral cash hub in sub-Saharan Africa. Bankers Warehouse is a story of innovation, collaboration, and entrepreneurship.
I know that moving cash at times, moving cash from the market, for example, to the nearest bank, I think has its own risks. I'm aware that at times people are attacked on the way, and that is one of the reasons why actually CBN looked at the need to establish this bank neutral cash hub.
This is just the first one. And I also want to applaud and say congratulations to you, the chairman of Mile 12, for being the pace setter, for being the one that we're using to start this. And the success of this is what is going to make us replicate across the country. And in Nigeria, we know they take class though. we are always ahead of whatever challenges that we have. And in spite of all our challenges as a country, we continue to say, you know what, we are survivors and we'll continue to survive.
All right, so there you have it. It's all about cash management, it's all about financial inclusion, and it's all about scaling economic activity right here at the Bank Neutral Hub from the Bankers Warehouse Limited, Mile 12 International Market in Lagos, Nigeria. For Arise News, Rotus Oddiri.
Right here in the studio is Arise Business Correspondent Rotus Oddiri, who has been out there on the field. Welcome back.
Good morning, Dr. Abati. Good morning, Ayo, and good morning, Rufai. Yeah, look, I mean, so Nigeria is still, Mile 12 is, that market is, it is massive, right? So it really...
My job and come back with empty hands. Where is...
sweet potato, plantain, and so on. Okay.
Yeah, that's when we know you went to the market.
So look, Nigeria is still very much you all three have said this now, it's still very much a cash-dependent economy. So as much as we're trying to do digital banking and cashless and all these other things, they've recognized that, you know, market traders need to be able to handle cash. And with this, I mean, basically they wouldn't have to go all the way to a bank, you know, far away from the market. The hub is right there. They manage everything, you know, in a pretty, you know, coordinated manner. So for people asking, okay, what about the POS operatives? The POS operatives would then, normally they buy cash from banks, so they would get cash from there. I understand the rates are a lot lower. And then for the banks themselves, you know, not having to set up branches there, and they're planning to expand this going forward. So they're looking to do this in, you know, I think Abuja and the other parts of the northern region of the country, and so on and so forth. And another thing was, you know, the diversity on display, right? Because they took questions and answers. One of the traders stood up and said, "Hey, listen, what about the indigenous languages?" So they had three representatives from the Bankers Warehouse. One spoke in Hausa, one spoke in Igbo, one spoke in Yoruba, and they were just like, hey, look, we're trying to here to make sure that there's efficient communication, and this works going forward. So we'll see. I mean, they still want to, you know, trying to push the cashless initiative forward from the central bank, but the central bank, they recognize that, look, we have to make sure that cash management is efficient and also safe above everything else. So pretty interesting initiative there.
Yes, it's a good one.
Very good for financial inclusion,
yeah,
as you mentioned.
Yeah, okay, whatever is done to ensure financial inclusion, financial intermediation, you know, is welcome. But my concern is, what exactly is new in this regard? Is it technology? Because it's not exactly new. Now, at a time in this same Lagos, let me just talk about the examples that I know.
Yeah.
You know, the banks moved into the markets. Yeah. There's one market called the Daliko Market. I think it was close to us around the Guardian there. You know, there was also, is it Dumota? Yes. You know, there's also this Ikeja, that market that used to be by Ikeja. You had banks inside the market so that the marketers didn't have to carry cash and be moving up and down. You know, transactions could be done right inside the market there. But if what they have done now is to further upgrade that, because it helped. You know, people in the market will now say, oh, the armed robbers collected money when we were going to the bank. So the market is turned to an ecosystem, you know, for financial transactions and all of that. To that extent, if that is it, you know, it's a very good idea. And in any case, technology, they can leverage better on technology rather than the 20 years ago example that I'm giving.
Indeed. And it's leveraging on the NIBS, the Interbank Settlement System framework, right? When you transfer money to someone and punch in an account number, you know, the name pops up. So it's just an amalgamation of that. So the banks no longer have to be in the markets.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So this hub is going to so if Dr. Bati walks in, I or whatever, if you want to make a deposit and punch in your account number, that same NIBS framework is what is going to pop up your account of whatever bank you bank with, and it will reflect immediately directly in your account. So now the banks are saving money, not having to take manpower and go to these particular institutions. So it's the hub there.
It's just like an institutional POS operator.
Well, you can look at it like that.
A big scale POS operator.
Right, for them.
Don't say denumeralizing I know where you are going.
Why is a naughty boy?
Big scale POS
Yeah,
operator.
for convenience for them.
Good.
Yeah.
Good one, Rotus.
Indeed. Thank you. Yes, we
Thank
can
you
now.
very much, Rotus.